What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Mello with Marty's GMC here in Kingston, Massachusetts. And in today's video, we'll be checking out this brand new 2024 GMC Acadia Denali. So let's get into it. All right, so today we're talking 2024 Acadia Denali. Obviously, tons of changes to talk about. Complete exterior redesign, complete interior redesign, and they have done a fantastic job. Now, as with most of my videos, we're going to start on the outside, talk about some of the exterior features, then I will show you the window sticker in detail, and then of course we'll go over the interior as well. Just to kick things off, let's first take a look at these redesigned headlights. I absolutely love what GM did with these. This truck, when it was first revealed and the teasers started to come out, I was calling it a mini Yukon, and I think it fits that description perfectly. They actually increased the size of this thing so you have much more interior room as well as cargo room. And then from an exterior standpoint, I mean, it matches the brand much better than the previous generation, at least in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. Now, up close on that headlight, you can see you've got that black housing, which really makes the LED pop a lot more. Now, you're probably seeing that flicker in the video. Just know that's how the camera picks it up. LEDs, for those that don't know, actually flicker at a really high rate that the human eye doesn't detect. However, things like this camera obviously do. So that's why you're seeing that flicker, or you see it in other people's videos. That's all that is. I also really like these side accent lights. I think that just is a really cool design feature. You can see GMC written right there in the amber corner as well. Down low, we've got our LED fog lights. We've got our front parking sensors. The lower grille valance, that's all blacked out. And then, of course, we've got our Denali grill, the signature Denali grill that everyone loves, continues on with the brand, of course. Underneath our GMC logo, we've got the front camera. That's to the HD surround vision camera system, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. I just kneeled on a rock, that hurt. Underneath the hood, you've got a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine that's paired up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And as we go around the side of this thing, in fact, before we even look at the wheel up close, let's step back and just give you a side profile of this thing. I'm really blown away at the changes. I think they did a fantastic job on this thing. So let's take a look at our Denali wheels. So these are, of course, it's a Denali, so you're sitting on 22-inch wheels, and they are wrapped in a Continental tire, super nice tire, really quiet ride, and then it's a 275/45 R22 tire. You'll also notice we've got the painted to match fenders. Up on the mirror, you've got your marker indicators, and then you can see there's a camera there. Cameras everywhere. You've got that 360-degree vision camera. I'm going to show you that, of course, once we get inside. Now, I probably forgot to show you the key. I usually do that off the rip, but I forgot. So here is a look at the key. Not too much has changed. You know, you've got your lock, your unlock, your remote start, raise the lift gate, GMC logo on the back. The pollen isn't getting any better, I'll tell you that. At least if you're here in Massachusetts. Maybe it's not so bad elsewhere. Around the back, you can see the new taillight design. Once again, I think they did a great job on this, just matching kind of the outlook of the brand. It's basically, you're still seeing that C design. Yeah. You've got the quad exit exhaust, rear backup camera, rear backup sensors. You've got your rear wiper. You'll see camera up here, camera down here, Denali branding across the center of the lift gate. And I'm going to go ahead and use the lift gate and pop the back open really quick, just so you can see how much more space you get back here. If you're driving a previous generation Acadia, you're probably going to notice right away how much more space you have behind the third row. Of course, I have everything folded down, so let's bring this seat up, and I will flip those seats up too when we go up there. Now, if I want to drop the lift gate, go ahead and hit that button there. That's going to drop it down. Helps if I hit it twice. Now, before we get into the interior, I'm going to go ahead and put the window sticker up on the screen right now. If you're watching this on mobile, you can go ahead and screenshot it. If you're on a PC, you can hit print screen, and I'm just going to go over a couple of quick things. Obviously, 2024 Acadia Denali all-wheel drive. You can see the paint on this one is sterling metallic. Interior is leather after dark. You've got that 2.5-liter turbocharged engine. It made it up to the 8-speed automatic transmission. You can also see the standard vehicle price is $56,300, and then of course with the added features, like you can see the Super Cruise package was added on for $34.90. The Denali Reserve package, which gets you a whole bunch of features: performance suspension, Bose Performance 16-speaker audio system, the wheels, the panoramic roof with the sunshade. All said and done, you're looking at $64,710. As far as fuel economy goes, over in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see combined highway and city is 21, 24 highway, 19 city. I'll give you another second to take a look at that, and then I will take it down in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take a look in the back seat. Why not start in the back first? I'm gonna go ahead. You can see I have these seats all folded up right now. Easy enough, you just grab right here at the top and lift up. And you can see they did a fantastic job on these seats. The interior update, just GMC was always supposed to be kind of the luxury Chevy brand, kind of slotting under Cadillacs, but above Chevy. And I think thanks to this interior update, once you see the front seats as well, they kind of nailed that. So you've got like this diamond stitch pattern, something you'd see in like a Mercedes-Benz. You've got this cross stitching, white piping. It looks really, really good back here. Seats are heated in the back. I'm gonna give you a look at the door too, since I'm back here. Once again, just design cues, multiple different materials, everything put together really nicely. You can see your Bose speaker here with the stainless grille. Look at your third row. And you can see your HVAC controls in the back. You'll also notice you've got a power outlet and 2 USB-C ports, so everyone can stay plugged in and charge, and no one's going to fight over the one USB cord. I'm going to step back here so you guys can see the front door. Once again, just like the back, multiple materials, that diamond stitching to match the seats, and that nice, the speaker grills. Just everything is just such an update. It's crazy. I've done this for 10 years, and I still get excited about the new updates on these new vehicles, which is always fun. So here's a look at your driver's seat. Diamond stitch. There's your cross stitching, white piping, contrast stitching. Looks really good. Heated and ventilated. Up top, you do have that big panoramic roof. We'll open that once we're sitting behind the driver's, or sitting behind the steering wheel, I should say. All right, now this is, I think my second or third time actually getting into one of these. So we're gonna go over this relatively quickly. I'm gonna start on the left side, work my way over to the right. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, by all means, feel free to ask in the comments, and I will try to address each one of those questions as best as I can. So over on the left side, we've got our power windows, we've got our mirror controls, power locks, and our memory seating buttons. We've got our parking brake, our mode selector, all-wheel drive, our auto start and stop, which I'm glad there's a button because that feature drives me crazy. I don't know about you. Gauge cluster brightness, and then I also want to point out the material stacking here. So we've got this black, it's not leather, it feels like leather. Then we have this aluminum, we have wood, we have leather up here, we have this white stitching, and it's all, like I said, it's all stacked up. So multiple materials, just as opposed to like, standard dashboards where it's just kind of that black plastic with no real design. They've really stepped up the whole design element inside this thing. You do have a heads-up display. They never come out well in video when I try to show them off, but it is there. So just, take my word for it. Your heads-up display, you can see it right there showing the miles, or our speed. Cruise control right here on the left. You also have Super Cruise in this vehicle, so you can see this little, what that is basically it's a camera looking at you to make sure that you're paying attention to the road, and this LED indicator strip across the steering wheel would activate when Super Cruise is on. The reason for this camera is to allow the system to be true hands-free. So what I tested in the Hummer when I first got one was if you were driving, you activated Super Cruise, it's driving on its own down the highway, doing its own lane changes and everything. But if you held like a cell phone up or something over your face, it would realize you weren't paying attention to the road, seat would vibrate, it would start flashing, and it would deactivate Super Cruise. So it's basically intended to make sure that you're not, in the back taking a nap or on your phone not paying attention. That's not how the systems are designed to work. You still have to pay attention. So kudos to GM on that, as we need people to pay attention as they're driving. In the touchscreen infotainment, or in the digital gauge cluster, you can do a multitude of options. You can change, adjust different things. You can see hopefully it lets me do it even though I'm not set up yet. So there's your Google Maps on display right there on your gauge cluster, so you don't have to look over at the infotainment screen. I love that. I think that is an awesome feature. You can scroll through all the different, I'm just using the steering wheel controls here, all the different displays. When you take one of these for a test drive, make sure you mess around with all these buttons, look at all the different design layouts, all the different ways to look at your information. It is well worth it. Obviously, you have your radio controls and everything like that, your Bluetooth hands-free controls. You've got your heated steering wheel control here, hands-free. This is how you shift. This might be the only thing I don't love about this thing, but I said that about the other shifters, and now it's like second nature, so I'm sure it's going to be the same. So foot on the brake, if I wanted to go and drive, now I'm in drive, want to go and park, just hit this button right here on the end of this stalk, and that will go into park. Yeah, my only real complaint, but it's, very minor, and like I said, I'm sure I'll get used to it, and I won't even care about it anymore after a little while. All right, so one of the bigger stories about this thing is the 15-inch HD color touch display. Obviously, it is absolutely enormous. You've got AM, FM, XM, satellite radio. You've got Apple CarPlay. You've got Android Auto, wireless 4G LTE, Wi-Fi connectivity, Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa. I mean, it is stacked with features. You can see your My GMC. You can actually schedule service through this thing. It does it all. And they're only getting crazier and crazier. The display on this is beautiful. I love the way the maps layout is. Just activate it so you guys can see. It's one of those things where I can tell you how nice it looks, but you really have to see one in person to appreciate it at all. It's just crazy how advanced these things are getting and how quickly. The one thing that I do hate about touchscreens is having like all your climate control settings in the touchscreen, which is why I am very happy that GM still has physical keys to adjust your temperature and everything down here. So you can see, I want to bring my temp down. If I want to change the fan speeds, anything like that, I can do that all here. Climate control off. Let me go back home. You also have your volume control as a physical button. We can bring the temp up, bring the temp down. We would definitely want to bring the temp down. Heated and ventilated seats. You've got, what else do we have? Your headlight controls are actually in the touchscreen. Most people leave their headlights on auto and never touch them again, so that's what that is. Lane departure warning is right there, lane keep assist, however you want to call it. Then we've got our center console, wood trim, feels really nice, real wood. Open that up. You can see we've got our wireless charging pad here for your smartphone. You've got a rubberized section here that you can put keys or whatever. Maybe don't put keys, you just scratch stuff. I hate putting keys in my stuff. Don't mind me. I'm neurotic when it comes to my trucks, trying to keep everything perfect and clean and new. But if you were to put anything in here, it won't slide around. You've got a USB and a USB-C. You've got your cup holders. Inside your console, you've got a little organization tray. What else do we got in there? That looks like about it. And then there's a look at your passenger side door. I like the Denali written right there on the dash. Once again, stacked materials. It makes quite a difference visually to the design of these things. Up top, I haven't even opened this yet. Let's go ahead and check that out. It is a beautiful day out, so why not enjoy it with that panoramic roof? And that will slide back even further. You can go all the way back with it. So there's your panoramic roof. Place to keep some sunglasses, always a bonus. We've got our OnStar buttons, LED interior lighting. We've got our HD rearview mirror. These are adjustable. I always like to let people know you can adjust this to your liking. It makes a big difference whether you want to be zoomed in or zoomed out or the angle of the camera. And I totally forgot about the HD surround vision camera system, so I should probably look at that. Let me close this roof real quick, so just easier on the glare. You also have ambient lighting controls in here. You can change the color of the interior. Unfortunately, it's bright daylight out, so we're really not going to be able to see. But I will get a video uploaded at night so you can actually see how cool it looks. It's kind of wild. So I wanted to do the cameras. So here's your 360-degree camera system. You can see I'm looking at an overhead view right there. look at the back, look at the front, overhead back, curb hunter cameras. These are the best cameras right here. If you're gonna back this thing up nice and close to a curb, you can do that without curbing your 22-inch wheels. The best. I use that all the time in the Hummer because the thing is huge and it's just easier to just get really tight and close. I don't want people hitting it either, so use these. Trust me, you'll thank me later. What else? Is there anything else in here? I mean, there's a ton of stuff. We could talk about this forever. I don't want to make this video 45 minutes long, so we'll leave it as is. You can go through all the vehicle status. This is another cool thing I'll have to make a whole nother video on, but you can touch each point and it will tell you everything about the vehicle there. There's your battery voltage, your oil life, engine air filter, all that kind of stuff, all at the touch of a button, so really convenient. And once again, you can automatically schedule maintenance through here too, in case you needed that. What else do we have? I think that's sort of the quick rundown. I mean, we're probably at like the 15, 16-minute mark of this video. I didn't want to make it super long. I just kind of wanted to touch on all the big points. I still need to get more familiar with it. I touched the first one of these about, oh, look at that, I didn't even notice. Look at me, didn't even notice the pass-through center console. I put my hands on one of these for the first time last week, so I have not had a great opportunity to really take one home, drive it around for a week or two, and really get a feel for it so that I know it better, so I can make better videos for you guys. But that is my plan for next week. I'm hopefully going to take one of these home for the week, really drive it, really get a feel for it, and then I'll make another video letting you know how that went, what I found out about it, what I liked, what I didn't like. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. If you're looking for one of these, you need more information, check out martysgmc.com. As always, I appreciate all of you for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Thanks again, and take care.